I know what you're all thinking. The very first step in beginning a career in acting or entertainment in Japan is to simply come to Japan. Wrong! You've got a lot of work to do and a lot of homework before you even think about buying that ticket. Stay tuned and find out what it is. Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to Bakairu Japan, your source for all things acting and entertainment in the land of the rising sun. I'm your host, Kyle Codd. Alright folks, don't forget to like and subscribe and let's dive right in. As I stated before, the first thing you need to do to start a career in acting, entertaining, or modeling in Japan is not coming to Japan. In fact, there is a lot of stuff you need to do to make sure that whole process goes smoothly. Step 1, take some pictures. Pictures are the most important thing to get this whole thing started. If you don't have any decent pictures, they won't know what you look like. You know what? I don't think this is a point that really needs a lot of driving home. Everything in entertainment, modeling, and acting is just your image, right? If you don't have an image, you can't submit yourself to agencies, you can't get jobs. Mind you, some agencies will take some photographs when you come and register with them physically, but before that happens, it's good to have some nice professional photographs to send into them so they can see all your features to see if they can work with you. You'll definitely need a good headshot, as well as some good bust up and some full body shots, maybe if it's within your budget or within your means to get a couple of different looks. Make sure they look professional, get some professional photos done, and you know what, they will pay for themselves in the future. Spend a little bit of money to make more money in the future. In a nutshell, get some good professional looking pictures so you will have a professional image from the very get-go when you contact those agencies in the future. Photos, folks. This is where it all starts. Step 2, go shopping.
What the hell, go shopping? Japan's like the mecca of shopping. I can just buy anything I need.
No, you can't. If you have a larger body, an athletic body, taller, you have larger feet, there is a lot of Japanese brands that won't fit you. If you have a specific look you want to go for, you should probably buy those things before you come here. Right off the bat, when you don't have any language ability, you're not familiar with the city or the shops or anything like that, it can be very difficult and very expensive to get what you're looking for. So if you can get a nice fitting suit, some well-fitting dress shoes, the cocktail dress that actually fits your body, and good heels to go with it, get those things in your country before you come so you have a buffer of good clothes you can utilize on different sets, which will buy you some time when you need to buy some new clothes, when you're more acquainted with the language and the city and the different offerings they have here. There is fast fashion available, as I'm sitting here in a Gap denim shirt, I believe this is. But for shoes, for example, if you have a larger foot, I have a model friend of mine who has very large feet, and he has a very hard time finding shoes domestically. So whenever he goes back to America, he buys a couple of pairs of shoes and brings them back because it's near to impossible to find comfortable fitting shoes in his size. So I cannot recommend enough to buy some usable clothes in your sizes back home before you come. Yes, you'll thank me later when you don't have to transverse the labyrinths that are Japanese clothing department stores, only to find that piece of clothes you've been searching for hours or maybe even days or weeks, to look at the price tag and see that it's $1,000. Fail to plan and plan to fail, my friends. Buy some clothes that fit before you come. Trust me. Step 3, get your hair done. I know, coming from me with my quarantine hair, it's not very integral. I mean, I can't just go out and cut my hair in this corona situation. You know what? You do you, I'll do me, okay? All right, thank you. While having some of the most charismatic and effective hairstylists perhaps on the planet, Japan's hair salons can be numerous and quite pricey. So it could take a little time for you to find the appropriate hairdresser for you, whom you mesh with, who understands your hair, who understands your likes and preferences that you're used to. So it is my utmost advice to you to get your hair done before you come in the way that you like, just to again give yourself that buffer of time for you to get to know the city, to get recommendations and introductions from your new friends or other people in the industry that will work with you and your price range. This is especially true for people of black descent because Japan just doesn't get black hair. A good friend of mine, she went to a Japanese salon once who was unfamiliar. Well, let's just say there was smoke and there was tears. It was a bad situation. But do not fret, there is an amazing establishment that has been around for years in Roppongi called the Room 806, and they specialize specifically in black hair. Go see Lee and his very talented staff. They will take care of you as they did my friend. So get that hair done before you do come to give yourself some time to find your new charismatic Japanese hairdresser. Step 4. This is for all you health-minded folk. If there's any vitamins or supplements or proteins or things like that that you are used to taking back home, by all means stock up before you come, because again it can be difficult and frustrating and expensive to get the same or similar products here when you first arrive. I mean, there are other options available, but they can be very expensive or just not quite on par with what you're used to. So if you are a stickler, bring a stash that'll last you a little while until you can find other methods of getting a hold of it. One of those methods which I came across was a lovely website called iherb.com. I'm actually not affiliated with them, or is this video sponsored by them, but this site has saved me. Go to iherb.com and you can order pretty much anything. For all you gym rats and health conscious folk out there, iHerb has all the protein powders and the pre-workouts and the vitamins and the almond butter and things that you're used to back home that you just can't find so easily in Japan or find reasonably priced versions. A little pro tip that I've come across: if you choose the Global Air with tracking shipping method, any order over 2,152 yen is free shipping. And if you keep your orders under 15,500 yen, you don't have to pay duties. So remember, about 2,100 yen between 15,000 yen, that will get you free shipping and no duties, and you will get all the health food that you need and are used to in Japan for a cheap price. I discovered I have a rewards code, which I will leave in the description. If you use that code, you will get a discount on your first order. Ooh, I think I get a little kickback too, so I help you, you help me. It's a win-win situation. Get your favorite supplements discounted even further in a pinch. That's the best deal I've ever heard of. iHerb.com, that'll get you all the vitamins and supplements you need to keep your healthy fitness lifestyles on par. Also, for my North American friends, don't forget there is always Costco. There is multiple Costco locations all across Japan. I will leave a Costco store finder link down below for your viewing pleasure and ease of use. Might even influence your accommodation location. Step 5. Learn some Japanese. This is linking back to the previous step where having a limited Japanese ability can make life in general difficult. And this is not just for shopping, this is for getting around, reading signs, and just existing within Japan. And I know it's the big pink elephant in the room that no one wants to talk about, but having some Japanese language ability is useful. Just being able to read simple signage, food labels, and things like that, and even the odd email from your potential employers can go a long way. Seriously, learning a bit of Japanese before you come will literally save you so many headaches. Oh, I cannot push this enough. Please learn some Japanese before you come. It will save you, me, everyone so much time and frustration. Before you come, you really should do yourself a favor and learn the two basic alphabets, hiragana and katakana. Hiragana is the basic Japanese phonetic alphabet, and katakana is what they use for loan words, essentially. So you'll see katakana for words like karaoke and arubaito and chocoreto and teburu and, you know, these types of things. It's for loan words from other languages and when they want to make things look cosmopolitan. I guess. Katakana is a pain in the ass. I'll let you know that right off the bat. But hiragana, very useful to know. At least if you have that, you can basically write anything, even if you don't know the Chinese characters, the kanji. So learn hiragana, learn katakana. You can learn both of those on this great site, the Genki Learning Center, which is, I believe, is put on by the Japan Times. I will link that down below. Use that resource. It's on there for free. It is a great educational resource. You can literally learn the Japanese alphabet in a couple hours. Like, they have like a little flashcard thing right there, and you can just like multiple choice. What does this symbol say? Click it, and you just keep doing that. A couple minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. Do some writing practice. They have other, more advanced exercises below that. Utilize that resource to its full extent. Get a basic literacy and a conversational fluency in Japan, and we will worry about kanji later, because that is an everlasting battle of infinite characters that just never seem to stop coming. Moving on. If you've got any value out of this video so far, please give me a like and maybe subscribe. ¿Por qué no los dos? Step 6. Save some money, or at least get some money together to give yourself a financial buffer. Bring money. When you are just getting used to the city, getting used to getting around, navigation, shopping, all these types of things, and just getting used to the currency itself, it can sometimes feel like you're playing with Monopoly money, but that's not the case. When you don't understand the currency to its full extent, it is so hard to deem what's expensive and what's, inexpensive. You're probably wasting a lot of money that you didn't even know you were. Riding those trains all around Tokyo can really eat up your pocketbook quickly. So can shopping, depending on where you shop. There's, of course, inexpensive places, there's expensive places. So before you get a grasp on those, I'd recommend having some, pocket cash aside for those little mistakes you are inevitably going to make when you first come here. The very nature of entertainment work is, it's just so hard to call. So, money's going to be a little bit of a gray area. So you should definitely have, again, a buffer. And I should probably let you know, and this is a very important point that not a lot of people are aware of, a lot of agencies don't pay you for about 2 months. So basically what that means is you do a bunch of jobs in June and they get batched, and then they will pay you in about August. Don't expect to book a huge commercial and then get paid right away, because that's not going to happen. You're going to get that money a few months after you've done the job. Why is that? Well, that's just the way it is. The explanation I get from most of the agencies is the client takes its sweet time to pay the agency, so the agency has to wait for the client to pay them, and then they can finally pay you. Ideally, they'd have a large buffer of money themselves just to pay everyone monthly, but that's not the case. They need to have the money to pay you the money, so it's a bit of a waiting game. So keep that in mind. So bring at least 2 to 3 months, maybe even 4 months of extra cash to keep you afloat, to keep you sane, to keep you fed and housed until you start raking in all that entertainment money. All right, we've made it. The 7th and final step. Get in contact with some foreign talent agencies. Once again, Google is your friend. Get on Google and start searching up foreign talent agencies in Japan. All right, now what do you do after you've found those numerous agencies? You start a dialogue. You send in an email introducing yourself with your pictures along with them. Good job, by the way, you look great. Get that conversation going, get discussing available opportunities in Japan, and set up a registration date with them for after you arrive. It's better that they expect you and you're already set up to meet them and they know who you are before you walk in that door, so you hit the ground running when you arrive. Get it started before you go. Get them excited to meet you. Get them excited that you're coming. They might already have opportunities available and you were just the face they were looking for, so make sure they know who you are. You've got nothing to lose. Now, I'm not going to tell you which agencies you should register with, because at the end of the day, that comes out to personal preference. Some agencies will be very strong, for example, wedding shoots, and some other agencies are very strong with television shows or even movies. It might even just come down to which agency meshes with your personality the best. We're all humans at the end of the day, and you might like certain people and certain people might like or dislike you. I would recommend 3 to 5 agencies that appeal to you and sign up with all of them. Just juggle, see which ones work the best for you, and increase or decrease the number of agencies you are in as it suits your needs. And if one of those agencies approaches you with the prospect of going exclusive, that's another option that could eventually be on the table for you. In a nutshell, you should definitely just give a couple of different agencies a chance, see which one works for you, go from there. Then you choose your own favorites. Simple as that. All right, there you have it, the 7 preparation steps you need to take before you come to Japan. But how, Kyle? How can I come to Japan? What about visas? That's in a later video. Stay tuned. This has been Kyle Cod for Bakairu Japan. See you next time. It is so freaking hot in here. Oh my god. Fan break. Ooh. Oh, why can't I talk today? Ooh, yeah. Oh my god. Bye bye.